Time is 6 o'clock. I call the meeting of the Atoka City Council to order. Ask everyone to please rise as we do the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. Face the flag, salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you bow with me, please? Our most gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you this evening. Lord, just thanking you for another beautiful day. Lord, just give us the wisdom to do the very best we can for our community this evening with the decisions that we make. Lord, just be with each and every one here this evening. Give them safe journey home. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Well, good evening to everyone. Hope everyone's had a good Monday and a great weekend, because it's hard to have a good Monday without having a good weekend. So, at this time, would the clerk call roll, please?
Mr. Turner?
Here.
Mr. Sherrill?
Here.
Ms. McGee?
Here.
Ms. Pogue? Here. Mayor Kathy?
Here. This time, this is the public comment time. This is anything that's not on the posted agenda. You may address the board at this time. And hearing none, we will move down to the business agenda. Item number 1, discussion and/or action regarding approving or rejecting the minutes of the meeting of June 3rd, 2024.
I recommend approving. I'll second.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Mayor Kathy?
Yes. Item number 2, discussion and/or action regarding accepting or rejecting the city manager's report. Mr. Delay, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. My report is on attachment number 2, if anyone has any questions.
Has been a good month.
It has.
I want to thank Danny
By the
for
way.
getting the Johnson Park all cleaned up, even
You're-
though the
you're very
trash
welcome.
cans were stolen.
You're very welcome.
I hate that.
They borrowed them,
We
huh?
just deal with it as it comes.
Yeah, but we had a good little crowd and it was
Good.
hot.
Yes, it was.
Good.
Yes, it was.
Has there been anything done with the army thing out at the penny park?
Not yet.
Not yet. Are we still we're still moving that thing, right?
Yeah, at some point, but it's gotta be dry enough
Well,
to put it where
I
it
know,
needs to
I
go.
know.
And it's been about a 2-month swamp out there, so it may be a little further into the summer before anything can get corrected there. So,
Every time I drive past there, I think about going over there and climbing on it.
Well, you're not the only one. I saw the.
and right by the sign that says "Do not climb
Yeah,
on
I
object."
know.
Okay. We need-
Almost to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yeah.
Mayor Kathy?
Yes. Item number 3, discussion and/or action on approving or rejecting the payment of purchase orders for the city of Atoka for the month of May 2024.
Those are on attachment number 3, and I reviewed all those earlier today.
I recommend approving.
I'll second.
Have a motion second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Mayor Kathy?
Yes. Item number 4, discussion and/or action regarding approving or rejecting the annual audit report for fiscal year 2022 from Ms. April Adams. Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome to Atoka. Again.
Again. Okay, I don't know,
No, that was him back there.
oh,
It's his fault, actually.
I don't know if you guys are already aware of the changes that we were gonna have this year. We had talked about it last year. There were major, material adjustments to the financial statements that I was having to make. And it's one of those things where it was crossing the line of independence on what I should or should not be doing. So this year, Kelly was actually able to enter, she did most of them and she did really good. For someone who was doing it for the first time, she did a really good job of entering those and working with it. There were some that still were considered material that we didn't quite get, didn't quite get done. So there is a finding in here that we didn't have before, but I think as she continues to learn and learn how to do it and do it again, it's one of those things that if you've never done it before, it's a lot. But once she gets in the repetition and knowing how to do it, and the other problem is you only do it once a year because you do it at the year end. But I think that she made really good progress. She really did. I was really impressed with how well she
I was
did.
too. We thought we were gonna have to get another CPA or something
Right.
to do everything, and it was just easier on us to just, for her to just tackle it herself.
Right, and I'd
She
actually
did,
talked to,
and she stayed late, she came in on weekends, so I'm very proud of her.
she did really well. I had talked to the accountant here in town again and tried to convince them, and they just can't take on anybody else either, so.
Yeah.
But she did a really good job. And there were a few changes in some things. You guys have always actually kept your books on a modified cash basis and not an accrual. And it was always converted to accrual for the audit, but the auditor's not supposed to do that either. So we went ahead and just did away with that and kept the financials as you guys presented, which is kind of a quasi-accrual because you do have some in there. But anyway, so we we changed it to go to that method and be more in line with what you guys are actually doing on a day-to-day basis. So if you see changes, most of the changes you're gonna see when you look at this report compared to last year are gonna be in the auditor report itself. But one of the good things about reporting it under the method that you guys are actually using rather than the other method is there are a few things that we said you weren't doing before that we could take out now because it doesn't matter because you're not doing it in accordance with GAAP anyway. So there are some of those things that have disappeared that we had before that we were able to take out. So, other than that, I mean, everything looked good. You guys had a lot of grant money this year. There was a lot going on. You know, it continues to
We
just
got more
grow.
coming.
Yeah. It just continues to grow every year and get bigger, and so,
Yes, it does.
but, overall, everything looked good, and that's the only problem, you know, if you want to call it a problem still, is that having to make those material adjustments. But she, like I said, she made really great progress in doing it herself, you know,
Yeah.
not being a CPA and not being familiar with it. She
So they're
did a
just
great job.
coding errors is what you're talking about?
Well, there's things at the year end that you usually enter that, like your accountant or someone would enter for depreciation adjustments, or, trying to think of what some of the other are. There's some problems with, some of the transfer accounts, the transfer in and transfer out, and that was one of the ones that I ended up having to do myself, because she didn't have all that done. For some reason, the transfers in are not matching the transfers out, and it's posting errors. But like I said, given more time, I think she'll be able to become more familiar with it and realize what she needs to do.
So it's not a monthly issue, it's a,
Some of that could be as far as the transfers, because those are things that are posted as they're happening during the year. So with what she was doing is making the corrections to fix it at the end of the year. And some of that, you know, she didn't get all of those done, but she did get most of them done.
So is it listed as a deficiency, or?
It's a finding, it's just an internal control finding. If you look in the audit, it's gonna be page 41, and it just says it's an internal control finding. And I also mentioned the response, which is that you guys have made great progress in improving it, and hope to hopefully have it removed maybe going forward.
Okay.
But it's an internal control finding, which it's not as bad as like a compliance finding. If you had a compliance finding, that would be a big issue, but you don't have anything like that, so.
so is the only way we wouldn't get another recommendation is if you don't do anything. If it's just presented, you review it, and otherwise we'll get a recommendation again, or?
I can make audit adjustments, they just are not supposed to be material to the financial statements. So if it's, you know, we calculate materiality based on all of your annual numbers, so, you know, I can't remember what your materiality this year was, but it was probably maybe 30,000 or 40, somewhere around in there. So as long as we're under that, this finding wouldn't be there, but if we're over whatever your threshold is when calculated, then that would be a finding, because it would be considered material.
Okay.
So. But other than that, like I said, everything looked good, and financially, you guys are doing very well, so.
It has been a very busy the last 4 to 5 years here, and it's great to see the growth, but with that, it's come a lot of growing pains on the way, new departments, new adjustments that Mr. Delay has had to take on and figure out. He's
Right.
done a very good job at it, along with the rest of the staff, puts in a number of hours trying to make sure we stay on top of everything, and it's, I know it's gotta be challenging, because there's a number of transactions that happen daily that
There is.
we don't
and
know about, that I can only.
Like she said, in most places have a CPA do this, and Kelly, she dove in and did her best, and I commend her for that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Do we have to do like a corrective action plan or?
That's what she said, no.
Nothing?
No,
Okay.
no, you don't have to.
That's what I've missed too. That's why I was getting at. Is there something?
Yeah, we-
we
Yeah,
need
I
to
asked
do?
if it was
Oh,
a
okay.
condition,
I
she
missed
said
that.
no.
Well, the corrective action plan is just trying to make more progress,
Okay.
and she's
Gotcha.
doing that,
Yeah.
so. The hard part is going to be that she won't do it again till this time next year, and just remembering when we get to it next year, you know, because it's an annual thing.
So we can only do it annually, we can't do it throughout the year to make it easier?
Well, as far as the transfers and balancing those, that could be done during the year. That would be something I would recommend to her, to try to
Yeah.
do that during the year.
Yeah. Yeah, we've
But
talked
the
about
other
some of that.
thing could be at the end, so.
Very good.
So just, so do you think like, I don't know, my head is banking, so it just like a test balance? Should she do that monthly, or the ins and outs aren't matching? Maybe I'm not understanding.
She could, if what you would need to do is go through the trial balance. And the problem is, you guys' trial balance is so large because there's so many funds. But you would go through the whole trial balance, and all of the transfers in need to match all of the transfers out. And
And
there's.
you're saying, you're talking about like when we collect our revenues for the month, and they go in, and then they send them out to all the different trust accounts and things of that nature?
Yes.
Making sure those all balance?
Yes, there's posting errors because there's multiple accounts in some
Right.
funds, or there's, that was where I think my material findings that I had to do this year were at, was in the transfers.
Yeah, because, you know, our AMA has so many different entities in it.
Right.
For the
Right.
water and sewer,
Between the sales tax fund and all of the other, yes, for sure.
okay. Just trying to figure out a
Thank
plan to help
you.
them.
You're
And I
welcome.
recommend approving.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Mayor Kathy?
Yes. Sam, thank you. Appreciate all the hard work.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you guys are okay with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go, since we
Yep.
have a
I
3.5
know.
hour
A little
drive,
short,
so-
a little short 3-hour trip?
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all be
You guys-
safe,
Thanks.
and nice meeting you, young lady.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Be safe.
Okay. Item 5, discussion and/or action approving or rejecting to adopt resolution number 2024-21, adjusting the transfer station tipping fee rates. This is an item that was supposed to be on the AMA agenda, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Delay?
Yes.
So this item, there will be no action, doesn't need to be any action taken into this meeting, so we will put this on the AMA agenda for the next meeting.
Yes.
So, item number 6, discussion and/or action to approve or deny the emergency management director to submit the generally scheduled siren test for July 4th with the national anthem rather than the test tone. So now looky there.
Didn't we
Misunderstanding
do that
between
last
me
year?
and, yeah, we done it last year, we've done it the last
Okay.
2 years, but on this one, there's a little misunderstanding between me and Susan. It was supposed to be on last month's, or last week's. I couldn't make that one, so we transferred it. We kinda got our wording a little off. It needs to be transferred from July 1st to July 4th, and then substitute the national anthem is the way it needs to be. So, because the July 1st is our normal test, and we're just gonna substitute it to July 4th and then
Okay.
do the national anthem with y'all's approval.
Okay.
Good.
Can we just say it like that then, just so that way it's?
Yeah, it's just grammatical error.
Yeah, okay. Almost to approve to change the regular scheduled siren test to July 4th with the national anthem.
I'll second. From
mean
July
July
1st.
1st.
From July 1st to July 4th.
No,
From.
Yeah,
from July 4th to July 1st,
July
right?
4th, it's going from the 1st to the 4th.
1st to the 4th.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
She got it right.
Okay, just make sure. I was confused. I didn't know it'd be that hard to change the tone, but anyway, it did. So I have a
We always do
motion,
it on Mondays.
have a motion and a second.
Second. Will we do-
Roll call, please.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Mayor Kathy?
Yes. Item number 7, Discussion and/or action approving or rejecting the mayor to sign the request for FAA approval of agreement for transfer of entitlements. Mr. Delay, this is to transfer our annual funds over to,
Yeah, so they can use it at another airport in Oklahoma, and that way that they won't lose it to an out-of-state.
okay,
And that's
Otherwise,
at
it
six-
would go back into the federal pot and go to some other state.
okay.
And they have another airport in Oklahoma, I think it's Alva, that they wanted to use it at this time.
And then later on, if we have.
If we need some, then
we'll
they'll
have it- we'll
they'll
have
do
that
the same
transfer
thing.
back.
Yes.
So
Very
this
good.
is the amount, is that what you're saying, then, 68,000?
Yeah,
Why do we have to do
yes.
that?
They, well, when we did the widening of our airport, the cost, we can only bank so much money. And most of these projects are getting to the cost point that you can't bank enough money at one time. You have like a 5-year window, I think, to spend this funding. If you don't spend it, those funds get returned back to the federal government. So, like our widening of our runway was like over $1 million with the engineering and the construction. So we were able to use those funds from a couple other airports to accomplish that goal. And then the preceding years after that project was over, our funds went back to those 2 airports to go back for their projects.
Okay.
So it's a interlocal agreement, if you lack of a better word, to,
How do they figure out who needs it?
well, just from all the requests turned into the, to
Oh,
Oklahoma.
okay.
So
Then they-
Oklahoma Aeronautics is
Oh,
the.
They
okay.
lead for that.
prioritize
Yeah.
it from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma Aeronautics will work with the FAA on the different airports around the state of where the needs are and what improvements are needing to be made. Mhm.
Okay.
But I mean, it's all documented, we know exactly what funds are going where, and when they would come back to us, they'll give us that schedule of it. Keep track, Oklahoma Aeronautics and FAA will keep track of
So
all
we
that.
don't actually lose anything?
No, ma'am.
They just hold it for us,
Correct.
basically?
Yep.
Okay. Almost to approve?
I'll second.
Motion and second, roll call, please.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Poe?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Mayor Kathy?
Yes. Item number 8, discussion and/or action approving or rejecting the maintenance agreement as it relates to modification of traffic signals along US Highway 6975 at Red Bud Lane, State Highway 3 and 7, and Court Street as part of project JP-3483304 with the Oklahoma Department of Transportation. Mr. Delay, this is in relationship to upgrading some of our signal heads and controls along
Yes,
US
this
6975.
will be upgrading all 3 of our red lights. ODOT will upgrade them, and then we'll be responsible for the maintenance thereafter.
Which is currently what we've done in the past.
Yes, which is what we
Well, I
always
thought we
wind
had
up
to
doing.
call them for maintenance, and then they come fix it, and then they charge us.
Though there's a
No, we have-
third-party company. that
Yeah, we have a
comes-
third-party
Oh,
company
okay.
that we call that actually comes down and resets
Fix it.
stuff.
Okay.
But ODOT, they'll come in and pay for the equipment up
Okay.
front, and then we have to maintain it from there.
So what is this gonna do?
Should have some different technology with cameras to help follow cars through, not for traffic enforcement, but it's
For the flow?
for the flow capacity
Supposed to
of the highway. Like, you know, we have one light that's kind of an oddity, which is Red Bud, that has the permissive left-hand turn, which is that blinking yellow turn. None of our other lights have that. That's gonna be installed on the other 2 intersections as well.
Oh, that's good.
And
Bring
that,
everything up to
in
more
an effort to
technology.
unload those turn lanes to keep the northbound, southbound flow green longer, is the goal, to push the traffic through town, not have the stack.
Seems dangerous, it's like when you leave Walmart and you're going to turn back left. If they're coming out,
There's a lot going on. at
yeah,
that.
it's just, cause if a truck's coming out, you can't turn with it.
Yeah,
It
it's-
can't just
it's-
turn in the
You gotta
lane.
watch.
Yeah,
Be
you have
careful.
to.
And there's
It would be
other,
nice
there's
if they
other
could fix
design
something.
crossovers in the state that you literally think you're gonna have a head-on collision as they
Yes.
round each other. It's a very unique, that intersection's really congested, just size-wise, the width of the intersection. It's probably a little narrower than actually the 13th Street, signal is.
Yeah, it
Um,
seems like it.
Now, you know, with the upgrade on the road coming in the next couple of years here to start the 5th lane project, there will probably.
That's only at
there's-
Tushka, right?
No, it's
It's
gonna
gonna
come, it's
up
gonna
to
come,
Stringtown?
it's gonna come all the way,
Okay.
no,
Oh.
it's gonna come to where the 5th lane stops currently at Red Bud. It'll be a 5th lane all the way south to Tuscany. So there's gonna be interaction there at that intersection. I haven't seen the plans to know if there's any widening at all there, but, they're, in the meantime, they're trying to work through this technology,
Yeah.
So all the computers, and it's not just a switch inside there that switches them green, red. There's a whole computer system. Each one of those cabinets is very, very entailed, so it,
Cause you know, almost you need like a turning lane or something over there on the pilot side, so that way those trucks can get out safe.
acceleration lanes, things of that
Something,
nature.
yeah,
There's a
something.
lot of utilities in the,
Still there and put it
there's a lot of utilities in the median, in the
Yeah.
right of way, not the median, but the right of way. And it was a real challenge to place that pole where it's currently located without digging up a utility and having to move it. So, but that's just part of that intersection, unfortunately. It's
So this will fix all the traffic problems?
every one of them, every one of them, yep, everything. Don't worry about it anymore.
Make sure the camera
Is
got
the
it.
camera on? Yeah, that's.
Don't get that quoted.
No, I mean, it's gonna be an item that will help improve, possibly, won't fix every issue we have, but it should help to improve, traffic flow through our city.
I definitely think the yellow light will help too, you know, the flashing yellow
Yeah.
light, I do like that.
I recommend approving.
I'll second.
A motion, a second, roll call, please.
I wish they'd go all the way up Stringtown. That's where all the accidents
Well,
are
I wish
at.
we had one more red light.
Ms.
You know, we
McGee,
need one more.
Yes.
Ms. Poe,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Mayor Kathy.
Yes. All right, as we move along, is there any council comments? Not hearing any. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion, a second, roll call, please.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. Poe,
Yes.
Mayor Kathy.
Yes. Let's move into our next meeting of the evening, the Atoka Municipal Authority.
See ya.
Would you call roll, please?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
You're
say.
I don't know if I said.
Ms. Poe,
I thought it.
Mr. Turner,
Here.
Mr. Sherrill,
Here.
Ms. McGee,
Here.
Chairman Kathy.
Here. Again, thank you for staying with us. This is the public comments. This is anything that's not on the posted agenda. You may address the board at this time. Hearing none, we'll move down to the business agenda. Item number 1, discussion and/or action regarding approving and rejecting the minutes of the meeting of May 20th, 2024.
I recommend approving.
I'll second.
Have a motion second, roll call, please.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Ms. Poe,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Chairman Kathy.
Yes. Item number 2, discussion and/or action on approving and rejecting the payment of purchase orders for the Atoka Municipal Authority for the month of May 2024.
Those are on number 2, if anyone has any questions.
Almost to approve.
I'll second.
Motion is second, roll call, please.
Ms. Poe,
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Chairman Kathy.
Yes. Move down the agenda. Is there any trustee comments? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. Poe,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Chairman Kathy.
Yes. All right, as we move into our next meeting of the evening, the Atoka City Industrial Development Authority, would you call roll, please?
Ms. McGee,
Here.
Mr. Turner,
Here.
Ms. Poe,
Here.
Mr. Sherrill,
Here.
Chairman Kathy.
Here. Again, this is public comment time. This is anything that's not on the posted agenda. You may address the board. Hearing none. I wonder what that pop was. Hearing none, we'll move down to the business agenda. Item number 1, discussion and/or action regarding approving or rejecting the minutes of the meeting of June 3rd, 2024.
I recommend approving.
I'll second.
The motion is second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Ms. Poe,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Turner, Chairman Kathy.
Yes. Item number 2, discussion and/or action regarding accepting or rejecting the Economic Development Director's report. Good evening, Ms. Carroll.
Good evening. So
Hey,
we've had another really busy month. I did attend the Oklahoma Southeast event, and that was really good. We were in contact with some people that are site selectors, and of course, we worked hard on Atoka, and one of them in particular is connected with the drone industry, and so we are connecting them with the Choctaw Nation on that. Of course, the big news is the governor coming tomorrow for the Green Lion event, and we're very excited about this. As you guys know, it takes a lot of years to land one of these industries and to get them all the way to open. So I commend you all for all your patience and hard work on all of that. It's been, each one of these are a special bipolar ride. But it certainly is good when we close one. And these are excellent people. I'm really pleased with them. And for anybody who's wondering, yes, there have been industries that we have said no thank you to. We want something that is good for Atoka. So, any questions?
Not for me.
Motion to approve? I'll second.
Motion is second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Chairman Kathy?
Yes. Item number 3, discussion and/or action on approving or rejecting the payment of purchase orders for the Atoka City Industrial Development Authority for the month of May 2024.
Motion to approve? I'll second.
The motion is second. Roll call, please.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Chairman Kathy?
Yes. Item number 4, discussion and/or action on approving a contract to sell real property dated August 19th, 2021 to 21MM Solutions LLC, all closing documents associated with the transaction, including contract addendum and a warranty deed given to 21MM Solutions dated June 7th, 2022. Carol, I'm assuming this one goes to you.
Yeah, this is just cleaning up some record keeping on us. We're making sure that it's ratified correctly. But everything.
So we already sold this?
Yeah, everything was done correctly back in 2022, but Johnny realized that we needed something very specific to 21MM that wasn't in our agenda before. So this is just
What's
ratifying.
21 million?
This
Data
is the
center.
Data center.
North of town.
Oh, okay.
So this is just making sure that all our Ts are crossed and Is are dotted.
Yeah, all the approvals were given
Yeah,
back in
everything was-
21 to do the transaction.
Everything was approved back in 2022. But in reviewing the records, he thought that we needed this additional record.
Motion to approve? Second.
Motion is second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Chairman Kathy?
Yes. We move down. Is there any trustee comments? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
A motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Chairman Kathy?
Yes. And so we move into our next meeting of the evening, the Atoka Industrial Facilities Authority. Would you call roll, please?
Ms. McGee?
Here.
Mr. Sherrill?
Here.
Mr. Turner?
Here.
Ms. Pogue?
Here.
Chairman Kathy?
Yes, I'm here. All right. Public comment time. If there's anything that's not on the posted agenda, you may address this board at this time. Hearing none, we'll move down to the business agenda. Item number 1, discussion and/or action regarding approving or rejecting the minutes of the meeting of May 20th, 2024.
Recommend approving. I'll second.
Motion is second. Roll call, please.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Ms. Pogue?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Chairman Kathy?
Yes. Item number 2, discussion and/or action regarding accepting or rejecting the sports complex manager's report.
So the guys have been very, very busy. They're trying to finish up the last of the league games. In a couple of months, they are going to present an option for you guys to consider on how to expand our fields next year at would be a low cost, but it would add 2 more fields.
Well, are they, okay, well, what about the T-ball fields? They still don't have, anything over to
Yeah,
cover?
so
the-
we're looking at, we're probably going to install like a carport type cover over those bleachers.
And the little, where they, at the little inboxes,
dugout?
the dugouts, yeah.
Yeah, the dugouts, we're looking at improving those, and then hopefully adding 2 more 8U fields, so that we can get this many people in this many games.
Where?
But, yeah,
Where would the fields be
So
then?
they're gonna bring us a plan?
They're gonna bring us,
Oh, okay.
they're gonna bring us a plan on how to convert another field to be able to do this. And I think it's a great idea.
Okay, so,
So we continually meet and discuss other ways and options of how to develop that complex. And they've come up with a pretty good solution, I believe, so they'll be presenting that in probably another month. We gotta get through this season and let them have a breath, and then they'll get to work on the step on that and bring that to you guys. They had a huge tournament this last weekend, so the tournaments are just being highly attended, and it's really great. It's, at the splash pad is running
Yeah.
continuously.
When did the splash pad open?
It was in.
oh, last year or what
No,
time?
this year.
This year.
When did it open, this year?
No, no, I meant, what date was it open?
Oh,
Does
it was like
Does it open
April.
after the holiday, or, oh, we opened in April?
I think it was April or early May. It was
Okay.
before Memorial Day.
Okay.
Yeah, it was early May, I think.
Yeah.
I was trying to find it today, and I
It
couldn't
was,
find it.
maybe it was May 15th. Maybe it was, we had planned on opening it in April, and I think, can't remember if it opened April or May.
Okay.
But it opened pretty early this year, because we opened it like the week that we started playing, and I think that was April. I think we actually opened in April.
Yeah, I was looking at the date, someone had asked, it was April 18th.
Yeah.
It was,
Okay.
it was opening.
It's been over 2 months then.
And so it's going well, getting a lot of compliments on City Lake. People are having a lot of fun out there.
Are they doing the kayaks out there?
The kayak rental place is not out there, but I know the school did kayaks.
Well, no, I didn't think it was supposed to be out there, but I thought they were supposed to like rent them and then go take them out
They
there.
came here
They
to
did
do
last
it.
summer,
They
but I
did
don't
last
think,
summer.
I don't
But we
think there
didn't
was
do it
enough
this year.
I think
business.
some
to-
people bring their own.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I know the summer
They
school
Sell at Walmart.
took some kids out there. But yeah, it's been going well. I had somebody tell me that he took his kids out there over the weekend and taught them how to swim. You know, so, we've got some great things going on in our parks.
Mhm.
Our parks are really getting developed, and I love the little, story walk at Infantry Park. That's just the neatest thing.
I guess I haven't seen it.
Is
Yeah.
it,
Joanne, we went out there and dug the holes and put them in for her a few months ago.
Okay.
and you do the walk and read a book. There's pages as you go around. My granddaughter loves it.
Mm.
So,
Awesome.
things are going good. And, but a special thanks to Curtis and Destry on the sports complex. They really work hard.
They have.
It's a lot of work out there.
Mm-hmm. I recommend approving.
I'll second.
Motion
Thanks,
second.
Carol.
Thank you, Carol. Motion is second, roll call, please.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. Pogue,
Yes.
Chairman Kathy.
Yes. Item number 3, discussion and/or action on approving or rejecting the payment of purchase orders for the Atoka Industrial Facilities Authority for the month of May 2024.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion second, roll call, please.
Ms. Pogue,
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Chairman Kathy.
Yes. So move down, is there any trustee comments? I guess the only comment I have is he still noodling flatheads over on the first baseline, or is it finally dried out enough to not have to do it?
finally lowered the pond on that.
Good, good. All right. Hearing no more, do I hear a motion to
I'll make that
adjourn?
motion. I'll second.
Motion second, roll call, please.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Ms. Pogue,
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Chairman Kathy.
Yes. All right, as we move into our last meeting of the evening, the Atoka City Airport Authority Trust, would you call roll, please?
Ms. McGee,
Here.
Mr. Sherrill,
Here.
Ms. Pogue,
Here.
Mr. Turner,
Here.
Chairman Kathy.
Here. Again, this is the public comment time. If there's anything that's not on the posted agenda, you may address the board at this time. And hearing none, we'll move down to the business agenda. Item number 1, discussion and/or action regarding approving or rejecting the minutes of the meeting of May 20th, 2024.
I recommend approving.
I'll second.
Have a motion second, roll call, please.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Ms. Pogue,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Chairman Kathy.
Yes. Item number 2, discussion and/or action on approving, rejecting the mayor to sign the request for the FAA approval of agreement for transfer of entitlements, and this was what we approved earlier in the city council meeting. It's just ratifying it over here on the airport authority, because it does deal with the FAA.
Okay, I recommend approving.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second, roll call, please.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Ms. Poe,
Yes.
Chairman Kathy.
Yes. Are there any trustee comments? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second, roll call, please.
Ms. Poe,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Chairman Kathy.
Yes. We are adjourned. Thank you all for joining us this evening.